Hi you guys, welcome to Weirdo Wednesday. My name is Emerald and I am once again doing another video with my good buddy Oatmeal. That's his name, Oatmeal, or Odie for short. And if you ever watch any of my Monday or Wednesday videos, you know that my Wednesday videos I usually work alongside my sister, Ijaz, but she is not here because she is studying for finals and getting prepared to finish this last week of school and be done for the summer. So Oatmeal decided that he would step in and take her spot for today. But this Weirdo Wednesday, I'm going to be bringing you the slight facts, sort of facts, maybe facts, and kind of facts about things you say or maybe even do that we say, what is that too? So, going back to Mondays are music review Monday, and I felt like I would just look up some stuff about music. I love music. It's always playing in my house, all types of music, and I said, let's talk about some music facts and things we may not know about. And so something that I thought was interesting is the first recorded song. And so in history, a lot of times it is contributed to Thomas Edison, who created the phonograph and the phonocylinder and all types of telephone stuff and phone stuff. But according to craveonline.com, he was not the first person to record music. It was actually a Frenchman named, let me make sure I say this right, or right enough, Edward Leon Scott de Martinville. And he was a printer and a bookseller. He invented the phonautograph, the phonautograph, not phonograph. So it's P-H-O-N-A-U-T-O graph. I can't keep spelling all these letters. It's a lot of them in here. But he created that, which is said to be the earliest known recording device. And the first song he recorded, or said to be ever recorded, was Au Clair de Lune in 1860, April 9th, and it was actually discovered in 2008. So when it was recorded, the device could not actually play back the music, it only recorded the music. So when it was discovered and scientists were working on it in 2008, they thought initially that it was a woman or a small child's voice, but then realized that during playback, the playback speed was too fast. So when it was slowed down to be made more normal, they realized it was actually a man's voice, which could have been Edward Scott's voice. So, or Edward Leon Scott de Martinville, which I'm pretty sure that means just of wherever, Martinville, right? So, they say that this was 20 years prior to Thomas Edison, which means that this may just be the first recording. And if you go to craveonline.com, you can listen to it, and it just sounds like a bunch of muffliness, but it seems like there's almost a musical cadence to it. So, sorry Thomas, you did not invent everything. In fact, didn't he steal a lot of ideas from people? I'm just saying. Anyway, according to GuinnessWorldRecord.com, the first record to sell over 1 million was more French stuff, so bear with me when I do this. Vesti la Giba? Question mark? Maybe that's how it's said. From Leon Cavallos, I don't know. Oh, it's Italian. Sorry, not French. It's Italian. So, yeah, I don't have practice with any of those languages, so sorry. And it said that this was sung by Italian opera singer Enrico Caruso, and recorded in November of 1902. So that was the first record to sell over 1 million. Now, in 1978, though, in the UK, we had Kate Bush. I have no idea who she is, but she released her entirely self-written debut album. And that was called The Kick Inside, and it was the first album to sell by a female to sell 1 million copies of being like completely self-written. So like no collab, just she wrote the whole thing, and it sold 1 million copies in the UK alone. So that was some pretty interesting stuff. I was like, interesting. We're gonna go to Billboard.com, and these next two articles were published November 2015. And if you know anything about Billboard, they kind of keep track of, music numbers and things like that, and just being up to date on who's hot, who's not, tell me who rock, who saw it in the stores, that kind of stuff. So, according to the article talking about most weeks at #1 by title, it is the king of everything, in my opinion, not just pop. It was Michael Jackson with the Thriller album, which still until November of 2015 was 37 weeks at #1, and its peak was February 26th, 1983, and that was probably around the time it was being released or something like that. Along with Michael Jackson for most weeks at #1 by title, you have Fleetwood Mac with Rumors, you have Adele's 21, you have Prince and the Revolution, rest in peace to Prince, with Purple Rain, also another rest in peace, Miss Whitney Houston with The Bodyguard. There were actually a ton, like in the top 10, I mean obviously I read a lot already that weren't soundtracks, but most of, like almost half I would say, were probably a part of a soundtrack. But the one that I found to be most shocking, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm a hater, but I feel like it's time for this one not to be in the top 10, was MC Hammer's Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em. How is that still in the top 10 as of November 2015 for like most weeks at #1 by title? So crazy. But Hammer, I guess, is still hurting them on the Billboard charts, so I guess I shouldn't hate. Going to the next one, and this is most weeks at #1 by artist, we have Miss Mimi Mariah Carey, and she's still holding it down and doing her thing with 79 weeks. So that's pretty darn good. Following her, we have the Beatles, Miss Riri, Rihanna, Bad Girl Riri, Boyz II Men, which I was like, really? I'm kind of shocked by that. They're awesome, but I didn't expect them because their music is kind of like, simmered all the way down. So I was like, okay, y'all still up there in the top 10. Usher, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Elton John, Janet Jackson, and Katy Perry. So I was like, okay, some old, some new, some borrowed, some blue. It's definitely mostly modern people. I just feel like with music and the access to music, with people trying to conquer more of the digital age, and instead of when it first came out, it was like, oh my gosh, it's terrible, which is not that great for album sales, but some people are still making it even in this mad digital internet driven world. Now, a couple more interesting things about music that you may know, but I figured I'd share anyways. I got from factslide.com. Did you know that your heartbeat mimics the music you listen to? So if you're like listening to something, like kind of tune into your heart and be like, oh, okay. I thought that was very interesting. I don't think I ever knew that. So I was like, interesting. Also, we have flowers can grow faster by listening to music. Now, I absolutely know that to be true because I experienced it in my home, and actually I think it's very funny because we have a plant over our kitchen window where the sink is, and the plant, I think, in my personal opinion, likes when I do dishes and when I'm in the kitchen playing my music better than my mom, because it just looks so much happier and like alive. I don't know why it likes my music better, but it just does. No offense, Mom, but I definitely think the plant likes my music more. It just looks so happy. So yeah, play some music for your plants. Also, world's most expensive musical instrument, a, let me try to say this right, Stradivarius violin was sold in 2011 for $15.9 million. That must have been some pretty antique musical instrument. Jingle Bells was originally written for Thanksgiving's Day. Why? I guess to prepare for Christmas? I don't know. But that's what they tell us. In 2015, astronaut Chris Hadfield released the first ever space recorded, what does it say? First album of songs recorded entirely in space. I've never heard of it, but I guess it was out of this world, right? Ta 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 ta. Anywho, one last note from songfacts.com. The song for He's a Jolly Good Fellow derives from a French song, which I'm not going to try to pronounce the French name, but in English it's said to be Marlborough Has Left the War. So you may hear this song a lot in film and movies also to substitute the song Happy Birthday in celebratory type of situations, because this song is public domain, unlike the Happy Birthday song, which if you sing, like if I tried to sing that right now, I'd have to pay somebody. The only thing that I would have to do if I sang for He's a Jolly Good Fellow, I would have to like give credit probably. A lot of times you don't even have to give credit to public domain stuff. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But that's a reason why you'll hear that song substitute Happy Birthday, because who wants to pay money to sing like that stupid song? Really? Nobody. Song Facts also stated that according to the Guinness Book of World Records, following the Happy Birthday song for He's a Jolly Good Fellow is one of the most popular English songs. So I guess that's pretty interesting stuff, right? I don't know if you guys can see Bo, but if you can see her, she decided to join Oatmeal and I because I'm into animals and plushing, I guess. Like, I don't know. This is turning out to be such a weird video. Even more weird than I thought. Say hi, Bobby! Say hi! Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this segment of Weirdo Wednesday as I become surrounded by the animal kingdom, and hopefully next week I'll be with another person instead of plush and fur. But if you're into that, give me a thumbs up. And I do this to get you over the hump of the week. Thank you so much for watching, and until next week, keep it weird, as I like to do.